kausapin po natin to sa isa pang nakakairitang balita. Sa gitna po.
Paulit-ulit.
Yes. Sige, go girl.
Eto po, kasama po natin ang spokesperson ng West Philippine Sea mula po sa Philippine Coast Guard, si Commodore J. Tariela. Magandang umaga po, Commodore.
Good morning, Sir Ted and DJ Chacha at sa mga tagapag-subaybay niyo po, sir.
Maraming salamat, Commodore, for being with us today. Ito nga, pupunta tayo dito, mahigit 125, tama po ba yung bilang na ito, na Chinese maritime militia vessels ang namataan po sa Julian Felipe Reef?
DJ Cha, no? Actually, ang dahilan bakit nagpatrolya uli ang ating mga Philippine Coast Guard vessels dito, kasi na-monitor na namin as early as November 13, yung presence ng Chinese maritime militia, na kung saan we have already counted them na 111. And then a few weeks after that, the Armed Forces of the Philippines also conducted their own MDA flight, and they were able to count as many as 120 plus. Dahil dyan, when we did the report sa National Task Force West Philippine Sea, ang ating komandante na si Admiral Ron Hill Gaban ay napag-utusan ng chairman of the National Task Force West Philippine Sea to carry out patrol, to check whether this Chinese maritime militia are still present dito sa Julian Felipe Reef. At ating ang napatunayan na nandito pa rin sila. As a matter of fact, nag-increase nga sila to more than 135 Chinese maritime militia, DJ Cha.
So hindi 125, 135 from 111 last November 13.
From 111, naging 125 ng nag-report ng Armed Forces, and then more than 135.
So as of speaking po ngayon, nandoon pa rin sila sa area ngayon? Ganun pa rin po sila kadami?
Yes.
Oo. Ano daw pong ginagawa nila sa area na yan? Tsaka ito pong Julian Felipe Reef, tama po ba? Malapit ito sa Kalayaan Islands?
Well, ang Julian Felipe Reef ay 175 nautical miles ang layo nito sa Palawan, which means it falls within the exclusive economic zone ng Pilipinas. Ang ating Pag-asa ay malayo din naman ng ilang nautical miles pa. But the point here is, ang Julian Felipe falls within the exclusive economic zone ng Pilipinas.
So atin talaga ito.
Yes. At ang Chigwa Reef, na isang high tide elevation, ibig sabihin, nagfo-fall din ito sa ating exclusive economic zone at nakakapag-generate ito ng territorial sea. So ibig sabihin, as a matter of fact, this falls within the territorial sea ng Pilipinas dahil napapaloob din ito sa isang high tide elevation na nasa exclusive economic zone ng Pilipinas.
Nagkaroon nga po kayo ng ilang radio challenges dito sa mga Chinese maritime militia vessels na nandiyan sa Julian Felipe Reef, pero no answer from China.
Yes, siguro it is really worth emphasizing, ang Philippine Coast Guard, some are asking, na ano daw ang naging role natin when we patrol the area. Of course, despite of the numbers, ng Chinese maritime militia, and they are bigger than the Coast Guard vessel natin. We still try to communicate with them and challenge their presence. Pinaalis natin sila, and we're also asking for what is really their intention dito sa pag-stay nila dito sa ating exclusive economic zone. And unfortunately, none among those 135 Chinese maritime militia ever responded sa radio call na ginawa ng ating mga barko dito when we patrolled the area.
Ilang radio call po ang ginawa ninyo, sir?
It was documented that there were 9 in a particular group, and then on another group, there were 10 times, also more than 10 times na challenge natin. Kasi naka-grouping yan sila . So from one particular location, for example, the nested na pinakita naming video na marami sila, we did 9 times radio challenge in that area. And then another grouping of Chinese maritime militia, we also did another more than 10 times of challenging. But again, to no avail, kahit ulit-ulitin yung pagtawag sa kanila, nobody is responding over the radio, DJ Cha.
Oo. May mga ipinadala po tayo dyan, paano nga mag-monitor kung ano talaga ginagawa exactly nitong mga Chinese militia vessels na ito. Base po sa monitoring ng Philippine Coast Guard, sir, kung hindi man po sila sumagot, ano daw po nga ang ginagawa nila dun sa area na yon? May mga activities po ba sila?
Well, kung makikita mo, DJ Cha, if you're going to ask the Chinese government, even the Chinese embassy, they would just normally say ito ay Chinese or ordinary Chinese fishing vessels. But with the drone shots, no, the videos that we showed, makikita natin na napakalinis ng barko. There are actually no signs, no, na engaged sila sa fishing. And then the other interesting thing to note, no, DJ Cha, wala rin naman talaga tayong taong nakita na nakalabas sa mga barko na to. So for us to really identify or even document the actual activities that they're doing, that is something na until now we are still, trying to figure out. Sa linis ng barko na to, wala naman silang talagang activity na engage sila in fishing. Secondly, nobody's responding over radio calls. Third, wala kaming nakitang tao. So we're not sure whether they're inside their own vessels or what. But definitely with what we documented and what we saw, it appears na hindi naman talaga ito na-engage sa pangingisda ever, no, sa linis ng barko na to.
Okay, so kapag ho natin tinignan, no, ito hong kuha na aerial shot na ito, sino hong kumuha nito, Commodore?
Coast Guard, sir.
Kita ho natin yung top shot nito na walang aktibidad, walang taong gumagalaw doon sa mga barko na mga katabi, no? As in parang wala bang man lang hinala tayo doon kung ano ang mga pinaggagawa nitong mga tao sa barkong ito kasi nga no activity.
Well, right now, Sir Ted, no, we don't want to speculate really what they're doing there, no. But one thing is we are certain every time that they'll be needing reinforcement for them to prevent our resupply mission. Ang mga Chinese maritime militia na to has always been supportive in preventing our supply operation. In short, we can say na kumbaga ito pang rest back nila or something, no, for reinforce nila every time that they will be needing additional watercraft. But as to specific activity that they're doing on their own, whether in fishing or any other activities, wala pa tayong ganyang ebidensya, Sir Ted.
Hindi kaya ito ho ay paghahanda doon po sa Christmas convoy ng ating to coalition?
Again, Sir Ted, we can say these Chinese maritime militias are being used to reinforce, no? Every time we have the supply operation. So there is also another possibility that they can also be used in deploying dito sa Christmas convoy. Again, that's another possibility. But again, we're not yet certain as to what is really the plan of the People's Republic of China, considering the fact as well, Sir Ted, na as I said, no, even as early as November, we have been monitoring the Chinese maritime militia vessels staying in Julian Felipe. The only reason why we made it publicized, it's because of its alarming number na since we started monitoring them, tumataas yung number ng mga ito.
Yun nga po. Hindi ba napag-uusapan among your ranks ngayon, sir, ito hong posibilidad nga na kaya sila dumadami doon dahil pinaghahandaan nila, di ho ba't dadaan dito yung convoy ng ating to coalition? Pinaghahandaan nila itong convoy na ito and then possibility of being a burden sa paglalayag ng malaya ng ating to coalition in that area?
Una sa lahat, Sir Ted, no, i-clarify ko lang. Ang location ng Julian Felipe is distant, far too distant dun sa areas na proposed route na dadaanan ng ating ito coalition. But again, I share with you your belief na there is also a possibility na ito, of course, kahit hindi sila dadaanan, maaaring ipadala or i-reinforce to counter the atin ito Christmas convoy. Again, that's a possibility but that is something that's not yet certain.
Opo, ito hong mga gantong dami ho ng mga nagpupulupulutong na mga barko ng China. Nakikita naman to sa radar natin, di ba, sa ating mga makabago ngayong equipment sa ating mga barko?
There are ways na madidetect natin sila, Sir Ted, no? Of course, the automatic identification system through AIS. But then again, may mga ilan dito sa mga Chinese maritime militia vessels na to na nagti-turn off ng kanilang automatic identification system. So, siguro roughly around, kung mayroon silang 135, siguro madidetect mo lang dyan mga more than half of that, 60 or even 80. In short, more than 50% of that would always turn off their automatic identification system. And then there's another way for us to check itong kumpul-kumpul nilang ganito. Ang Philippine Space Agency are also sending their satellite images, no. Of course, hindi 'yun ganun ka definite or exact yung number ng figure, but at least from the top, makikita natin yung paggugrupo-grupo ng mga Chinese maritime militia.
Opo,
And then of course, third,
Mhm.
we also depend sa lipad ng Armed Forces of the Philippines at ng Philippine Coast Guard, Sir Ted.
Opo. Sige po. So ito ho kasing baka ho naman lamang na habang lumilipad yung ating Coast Guard drone o naman pong pasilidad para makunan po natin ng top shot itong mga barkong ito, kapag alam nilang may lumilipad, wala silang babaan sila sa loob ng barko at wala tayong kaalam-alam kagaya ng mga nangyari nung una, tatahimik lang pero inuubos na pala yung coral sa ilalim.
Well, Sir Ted, na mataan natin yan sa nangyari sa Iroquois Reef or Rizal Reef at mataan din natin yan sa Coda Shoal na every time na meron ng kumpulan ng mga Chinese maritime militia na yan, pag alis nila, we can say na talagang nasira yung corals dito sa mga pinaglumpulan nila. That's also another thing that we can look at, Sir Ted. But again, base sa ating mga experience at karanasan nitong nakaraan, no? Totoo yung sinasabi ko, Sir Ted, kung saan sila tatagal na lugar, pag chinek natin ang corals, denive natin ito, definitely sila yung mga corals.
Opo. So, sir, ito ngayong pangyayaring ito, hindi na ito bago o itong pinakamarami so far na pagkukumpol ng mga barko ng China sa lugar na ito?
Well, kung maalala mo, Sir Ted, March of 2021, dito sa the same area, no, sa Julian Felipe Reef, we were able to publicize a total number of more than 220 Chinese maritime militia. So far, hindi pa naman nila nare-reach yung record na yon, but that is the highest number that we ever recorded.
Okay, so ngayon po, sir, may mga barko tayo na papatrolya doon at malalaman natin to kung aabutin pa naman ng higit 200 itong mga barko ng China ito.
Yes, Sir Ted, sa pag-utos ng ating National Security Advisor, for the Philippine Coast Guard and even the Armed Forces of the Philippines, we are constantly monitoring itong pag-increase ng Chinese maritime militia vessels natin dito sa Julian Felipe. At the same time, we're also checking yung possibility na kung saan sila pupunta in anticipation doon sa sinasabi mo rin, Sir Ted, no? Whether it will prevent the Christmas convoy from happening. But then again, Sir Ted, these are still some of the possibilities that they can do. Pero for us to be aware of what will be the next step of the Chinese maritime militia and the reason why they are there in that particular location, ang Armed Forces of the Philippines and Philippine Coast Guard will constantly monitor and patrol this area, Sir Ted.
Opo. Gaano kalalaking barko ito? Anong sukat nito, Commodore?
Majority nito, Sir Ted, is more than 60 meters ang haba. No? There are also yung separated na mas malalaki, there are also 80 meters. Iba-iba yung sukat nito, Sir Ted. Pero yung naka-line up na tested, more than 65 meters ang haba niya.
Opo, kapag natin yan ikunumpara sa mga sasakyang pandagat ng pampasahero, ganun po ito kalalaki, itong mga ro-ro ships na naglalayag ng ating inter-island o mas malaki pa?
Siguro, Sir Ted, almost the same size. No? May mga inter-island tayong kasing laki ng mga ganyan.
Opo. So ito hong mga barkong ito, sa inyo pong pag-aalam, may mga numero ba ito? Ito ba yung mga rehistrado? Kasi di ho ba sa ating pong international maritime laws, ay dapat may mga numero kayo sa barko, palatandaan, di ba, ng mga pagpaparehistro ninyo sa inyong kaukulang lokalidad at at ano, para sa panahon ng sakuna, merong identification? Meron ba ho ba itong mga to?
Sir Ted, kung ang usapan natin is yung IMO
Mhm.
regulations, no, with regard to registration and safety,
Mm.
madami lang na-violate itong mga Chinese maritime militia vessels na to. Una sa lahat, not all of these vessels can be identified yung tinatawag nating bow number. No?
Mhm.
Kumbaga, and of course, we cannot also ascertain whether these are really registered sa bansa nila as a ordinary fishing vessel. No? And then secondly, katulad ng sinabi ko, these vessels are consistently turning off their automatic identification system. Kaya nabablock, nabablind tayo to be aware kung ano talagang ilan talaga ang bilang nila. Kasi nga, kung bibilangin mo sila physically, more than 135, pero if you're going to check the radar, hindi naman lahat 135. I think 60 plus lang makikita mo sa presence nila. So,
Opo. Mm.
yes, sir, Ted.
Opo. So, kumbaga, kolorm itong mga barko na ito kung hindi ka nakarehistro doon sa binabanggit yung IMO.
Yes, sir, Ted. Sa People's Republic of China, ang mga fishing vessels na to supposedly should be registered sa flag state nila, sir Ted. Kasi kung totoo talaga no, na fishing vessels ito, sa bansa nila ito nakarehistro at masasabi nilang these are just fishing vessels talaga engaged in fishing. But as I said, no, hindi lahat ito may bow numbers. No, na masasabi mong sila ay talagang nirehistro ng bansang China.
Sige, so kung walang mga bow number ito, walang mga palatandaan itong mga barkong ito, at naandoon sa lugar kung saan po nagtitipon-tipon, nagpupulutong itong mga Chinese militia vessels, klaro na pinapayagan ng Chinese government ang gantong uri ng operasyon ng mga barkong ito, di ba?
Well, ang tanong pa dyan, Sir Ted, no? Kung ito bang mga barko na to ay talagang pag-aari ng ordinaryong mangingisda na Chinese fishermen or ito ay talagang state-sponsored ownership ng mga barko na to. So, these are things that we need to clarify.
Okay.
Ito ba ay fishing vessels, private entity na kailangang i-rehisto sa kanila as an ordinary fishing vessel? Or ito ay state-funded, government-owned vessel?
Opo. Kasi itong mga barkong ito, kung naandyan lang sila, definitely po nangangailangan ng mga supplies ito. May mga resupply mission din ba ang China dito para sa kanilang fuel at saka sa kanila pong pangangailangan? Sa dami nito?
Yan, Sir Ted, dahil hindi pa namin na-monitor no, kung nagre-resupply sila sa mga Chinese maritime militia na dineploy nila dito. Pero ang isa pang interesting dito, Sir Ted, lalo na yung mga yung nested na magkakatabi, no? Some of them are already using solar energy, no? Na talagang kumbaga napaghandaan na nila na talagang dito lang sila magstay or for a certain period of time. Tatagal yung energy requirement nila using the solar panels.
Ano ang usapan dito nitong konseho natin ng West Philippine Sea? Patatawag na naman ba dito ang Chinese ambassador to the Philippines para magpaliwanag dito?
Well, with regard to what will be the action of the national government, Sir Ted, no? Of course, you're aware, Sir Ted, na the Department of Foreign Affairs, Department of National Defense, all of those concerned government agencies are part of the National Task Force West Philippine Sea. And of course, these agencies already have their own lawful actions to respond to this. So I would not go into the detail kung ano ang magiging action ng Department of Foreign Affairs at ng other government agencies. Sir
Sige
Ted.
po, opo. Sige, so kailan po ang ating target date nitong Christmas convoy ng ating coalition, sir? Meron na ba hong specific date ito?
Initially, Sir Ted, they're planning na December 9, meron silang send-off sa Port of El Nido, no? Based on our coordination sa kanila. And then right after that, they will proceed sa areas na until now naman, we're still discussing what will be the final destination and sea route na dadaanan talaga nitong Christmas convoy, Sir Ted.
Okay, sige po. So habang pinaghahandaan yan December 9 na petsang yan, magbabantayan po ninyo itong mga barkong ito ng China kung sila'y gagalaw at uunahan na yung mga rutang posibleng daanan ng ating Christmas convoy.
Yes, Sir Ted. Yan ang isang dahilan kung bakit we are also monitoring them. Secondly, why we are engaging the Atinito Coalition actively, no? For us to ensure yung safety ng mga magpa-participate dito sa Christmas convoy na to, Sir Ted.
Opo. Sige po. Salamat muli ng marami sa inyo pong ibinigay pong panahon sa ating programa at kami tatawag sa inyo para po natin maipabatid itong informasyon na ito sa mga Pilipino ng ating maunawaan itong mga pinaggagawang ito ng mga Chinese militia vessel o fishing vessel o kaninyo, hindi nyo maintindihan kung ito ba state-sponsored na galaw ng mga barkong ito. Salamat po, Commodore.
Maraming salamat po, Sir Ted. Makakaasa po kayo sa Philippine Coast Guard sa pamumuno ng ating komandante na si Admiral Ronnie Hill Gaban na patuloy po nating papatulyahan at titindigan ang ating pong West Philippine Sea.
Opo, salamat po ng marami, sir. Thank you very much.
Ted Filon at DJ Chacha. Ngayon, nasa Radyo 5, 92.3 News FM. Monday to Friday, 6 to 10 a.m.